So here's some numbers. If our listeners buy a $450,000 home today at 7, and the rate's around 7.75%, and you put 20% down, $90,000 down, okay, your principal and interest payment on a $360,000 mortgage. This is math, listeners. This is math. $2,579 a month. Okay?
Yep.
Right? Got that?
Got it.
7.75% today. That's basically where you're at. 450, 20% down, 90 G's, $360,000 mortgage. You want to wait to sometime in the future that in your crystal ball that you think the market's going to calm down, which you've thought for the last 5 years and it hasn't.
Yep.
Because this $450,000 home probably would have sold for $375,000
before 19.
Right, 5 years ago.
Correct.
Right, you missed $75,000 worth of appreciation just because rates were super low and properties aren't there.
Yep.
Let's say in 2 years. 2 years, rates come down. God willing, they come down sooner, but they come down.
Okay.
Okay, and let's say they come down 1.5 and now the rates are at 6.25. First of all, what do you think is going to happen with all of the listeners on the sideline who couldn't afford to buy homes when they were in the 7s? They're going to come out of the woodworks now that they're in the 6, and everybody thinks, "Oh my God, look how cheap it is!" Even though we were crying when it went from 3 to 6. Oh my God, look how high they are. When they come down from 7.75 to 6.25, you're going to be like, "Wow, that's a great deal. Let's go!"
Sure.
Whoop, they're going to come out in swarms.
And
it's going to drive the price up.
Of course.
So now your $450,000 home, conservatively, it's going to be worth $525,000. Okay? Because that's the way things have been going.
Yes.
Because the inventory's still not there. So now you're going to bring in 20% down. Okay, because you hate PMI, even though PMI is great. Okay. Now your $90,000 down payment to get in just cost you $15,000 more. You now need $105,000 if you want to put 20% down. Mm-hmm. Okay, true. You've had 2 years to save up. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay. No problem. Your principal and interest payment at 6.25 on a $420,000 mortgage now. Okay?
Yeah.
Instead of a $360,000.
I want to do
mortgage.
a drum roll.
$2,586.
Same money.
It's actually $7 more than it is today if you bought it today. Okay? Because you're paying more.
And that's once a month for the next 30 years.
For the next 30 years. You're
Correct.
basically paying $9. It's the same payment for all intents and purposes. Yep. Okay? Now, if you bought the home today at that ridiculously high rate that you are because you got tired of waiting because you missed the market the past 5 years, what are you going to do? You're going to refinance when the rates come down.
Yeah.
So we're going to refinance you now. So now your home went from $450,000 to $525,000. You just picked up $75,000 worth of equity. You've paid your principal down probably $3,000 to $5,000. Okay, in that first 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
without
conservatively.
A doubt. Yeah.
And you're going to refinance into a 6.25 home at a lower loan amount. Your principal and interest payment is $2,186 a month instead of waiting and your payment being $2,586 a month.
So the lesson is, don't wait. Don't be scared.
The lesson is the math speaks for itself.
Sure.
That's what the lesson is. If you are going to continue to wait until the market drops because you're so clairvoyant that you have been waiting for 5 years and you've missed it, and you're this great bond trader, and the bond traders don't even know what the hell's going on. And these guys and gals do it for a living. What are you waiting on?
So what are we doing with what are listeners or homeowners going to do when they have those 3s and 4s and they are in debt and they're thinking about the refi? Should they be looking at this same similar math of being like, hey,
listen, answer your question. I just recorded a spot.
Yeah.
It says I know that a lot of the listeners have got 70% of homeowners got rates under 4%. I know I got to hit a break, Benny, so hold on. I know that 70% of homeowners in the United States have rates under 4%. I know that.
Yeah.
I also know that a large percentage of those listeners who have those sexy rates are also sitting with $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 to $60,000 worth of credit card,
which is killing them.
Student loans and installment debt. Yep. That's costing them more than what their $200,000 and $300,000 mortgage payment is at 2% and 3% and 4%.
Sure.
Okay, so I don't give a two beans about what your mortgage rate is. Your family is hurting financially if you're carrying all this debt and you've got all this equity because rates were so low and values are so much higher. You are going to have to take a financial look at your financial portfolio and what's going to better your family. Stick with the sexy 2-3% loan and the $50,000 to $60,000 worth of credit card debt that's costing you the same as your mortgage or double your mortgage.
Not sexy.
Or look to combine it. That's all I'm saying. It's about math. Forget about the rates. It's about the monthly payment. That's what I said in my spot you're going to be hearing. It's not about the rate. It's about the monthly payment. And in this example, if you buy now at the high rate and you refinance at the low rate,
you're saving money.
You're saving money. You're coming out ahead, and you picked up $75,000 worth of equity. Do the math.